We all have an expiration date. We don't know when it is or where it will be, but sometime, someday, this life will come to an end. And when it does, will you be happy with how you lived it? And whether it's fear of judgment or fear of failure, today is always a good day to face that fear and move forward because you never really know how much time you have left. I'm Dom. I'm your digital marketing friend, and recently my neighbor passed. But not just my neighbor, it's been a string of people. Um, let's see, there were a couple actors who died, an athlete who recently passed, and an acquaintance from my home in St. Louis recently passed. And it's really gotten me thinking about life, death, enjoying life before death, and really what happens after you pass. Recently, during the passing of these people, I've noticed like there are a lot of people, and even me in this video, who talk about themselves when someone passes. Oh, I remember this person. They did this for me and they taught me this. They did XYZ. And I find that I don't, I haven't seen very many things where people actually talk about the person who's passed without centering themselves. And I say that to say this: whatever it is that's holding you back, whether it's fear of judgment or, I don't know, fear of failure, fear of success, fear of what other people are going to think, I hope you think about what will happen after you pass. Because I've been thinking about that. It doesn't matter, or what I've been thinking, it doesn't really matter if people loved me, if they hated me, if I was the best friend or the worst enemy, or some person down the street that they never met, a neighbor that they never even talked to. It doesn't matter because when people talk about my death, they're going to center themselves. So it doesn't really matter what fantastic things I did or what horrible things I did if in the end people are going to center themselves anyway. Is it worth spending your life worried about what other people are going to think, what other people are going to say about this thing that you like or that you don't like, or this thing that you possibly want to accomplish, when in the end, they're just going to talk about themselves anyway? It doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem fair. So, my neighbor passed, which I talked about recently, right? Or which I just talked about. It happened kind of, I guess, in the middle of the night. She, I don't want to say she was an older, well, I mean, she was an older lady, but she was, I don't know, kind of sickly. She had some issues getting around. She went to the hospital in and out. That's actually how we found out one night recently. There were a bunch of red, yellow, orange lights in the middle of the night. And we look out the window to see someone being like wheeled off in a stretcher. But it's one of those kind of like the bag, like when they put the like full, like somebody in like a body bag and then they carry them out on the stretcher. It was one of those. And the next day, next day or within the next 2 days, we look out the window again, and there's a whole bunch of family members like coming through dressed in their Sunday best. And it definitely was not a Sunday. So I feel like you kind of really know what that means. And in the aftermath, there, oh, that poor man. So the neighbor, she was married, and there was a whole bunch of things going on with her kids and the husband. And basically what it all boils down to is, now that she has passed and her husband is still in the home, but the children, like uh, one of them passed as well, and then the other one is in prison for the passing of the first one, right? Right? So now in this in this house where it was four people, right? Now it's just one. This man, he looks so sad. Like, damn, what do you even do? Like, your wife is gone, one of your sons is gone, and then the other one is in prison. And then right before this, um, I say maybe a couple weeks ago, there was this whole thing with animal control. Like, so they had a pit bull who had some puppies, and the puppies got a little bit bigger, but then the puppies got a little bit out of control as well. So then they were like all around the neighborhood, like in our yard, in the other neighbor's yard, like all around the neighborhood, right? So another neighbor, I guess, called animal control on the dogs. So animal control came, and like half the dogs like are gone. It used to be like, I think like seven or eight of them, and now there's like two or three. So to go from losing all of or half of your dog, like you could tell he really loved those dogs. Like he was out there a lot, um, playing with them. I mean, of course, he's an older guy, so eight rambunctious puppies, you can't really keep up with them. And then you can't be outside all the time. And when they are outside and they get out, they jump over the gates, they go under the gate. Like, so the neighbors called the animal control, and animal control like came, and half the dogs are gone now, right? I just, damn, my heart goes out to that guy. And it makes me think that you never know what could happen. You never know when death or loss will be right next to you, and you never really know when it's going to be your time. So whatever you want to do, whatever dreams or goals you have, I hope you take this message and chase those with everything that you got, with all the days that you have left, because you never know. And that the neighbor, the one who passed, like she had goals and dreams and things that she wanted to do. Like, so if you are worried about what other people think, or how other people may feel, even if you're worried about it failing, if you're worried about succeeding, fuck all of that. At the end, there will just be the end. One day, death will come for all of us. And when it does, I hope that I have lived the fullest life that I can, that I don't have any regrets. And I hope that you do the same thing.